classmate, I will discuss my part on quail farming, which is the introduction and the return of investment. The introduction. The term quail refers to a group of small-sized birds which generally run rather than fly to escape from danger. The term itself meaning to sink, shivering from fear. Japanese quail is also known as Coturnix quail, Paraus quail, and Eastern quail. Here in the Philippines, quail locally known as pugu, that belongs to the Phasianids family. In domestic quail have two families. The Old World quail or the family Phasianids and the New World quail or the family Odontoporidae. They are widely distributed in Europe, Africa, and Asia. They are regarded as the migratory species. They were domesticated in Japan about 11th century or brought to Japan from China at that time. They also raised as the pet and singing birds. But by 1900, Coturnix in Japan had become widely used for meat and egg production. Japanese quail is the domesticated species widely reared throughout the world for meat and egg.
History of quail. Quails was first domesticated in Japan in 1595. In late 11th century, quail was brought to Japan from China. So in Japan, they were raised as the pet and singing birds. But by 1900s, Coturnix in Japan had become widely used for meat and egg production. There are 45 species of quail, although the Japanese quail is the largest species. So bakit nga ba Japanese quail? It is known that a Japanese emperor got cured from tuberculosis after eating quail meat. Afterwards, Japanese people started raising quail extensively for meat and egg. So dahil nga ang wild quails ay napaamo at naparami ng mga Japanese people, kaya tinawag ito na Japanese quails. In India, quail keeping started in 1974 at Nagar, when Central Avian Research Institute introduced improved germplasm of domesticated quail varieties from Japan, and then in 1983 at Tamil Nadu. Thereafter, veterinary colleges as well as the animal husbandry department played a vital role in the promotion of quail breeding as a farm enterprise. Quail diseases. Quails are very hardy bird compared to other poultry species, so diseases are less in quails compared to other poultry birds. But they are very sensitive to sudden environmental changes, especially during the first 2 weeks of their life. So, the quail birds are resistant to infectious diseases, kaya wala silang vaccination. Hindi nila kailangan ng vaccines. The common disease na nararanasan ng ating quails is when there is deficiency of vitamins and minerals in the female quail breeders. So pag kinulang sila ng vitamins and minerals, the chicks obtained from their fertile eggs are usually lean with weak legs. Mahina yung kanilang mga legs. So to prevent this, para maiwasan natin, breeder females should be provided with optimum minerals and vitamins in their feed. So, kailangan nila ng minerals and vitamins sa pagpapakain sa kanila. The common harmful diseases. Number 1 is the ulcerative enteritis. This is caused by a bacteria that enters the bird system through droppings from other birds. So, nakukuha nila tong bacteria na to sa ibang ibang may sakit na birds. The symptoms, drooped wings, nakalaylay yung kanilang pakpak, fluffed appearance, namumutla yung ating quail, lethargy, nanghihina, matamlay, parang laging inaantok, or di kaya parang nahihilo. Watery droppings, basa yung kanilang tae, paleness, namumutla. As you can see in the picture, malala na siya. Malala na yung kanyang sakit. So, paano nga ba natin ito mapaprevent? So, yung area nila kailangan nakahiwalay sa other poultry species. Number 2 is the coryza. Coryza, similar to that of a cold or flu bug for quail, except to it can be much deadlier for quails than other birds. So, this yung ganitong sakit, it attacks their respiratory system, their nose, throat, and the lungs. Symptoms is snotty beaks and eyes. So, mabaho yung kanilang beaks and yung kanilang mata. Lethargy, swollen face, namamaga yung kanilang mukha, smelly, may amoy, may hindi magandang amoy, difficulty breathing, hindi maganda yung kanilang hindi normal yung kanilang paghinga. So, ayan siya. So, paano ba natin ito mapaprevent? So, huwag kang papasok sa area ng quails kung may nakakontak ka na mga sick birds na may sakit na ibang species na sa poultry. Number 3 is the coccidiosis, a teeny tiny protozoa that enters through ingestion. So, coccidiosis is a common disease in quail and is caused by a protozoa or parasite that invades the walls of the intestine. So, affected ang kanilang intestines. And mortality and morbidity can be very high. So, karamihan sa kanila is namamatay, hindi nila kinakaya itong disease na to pag hindi siya naagapan. Coccidiosis is transmitted by ingestions of droppings from infected birds. So, ito ay nakakahawa. Nakukuha nila ito sa mga infected other birds na infected ng ganitong sakit. Their symptoms, weight loss, yung kanilang timbang, mababa, ruffled feathers, magulo yung kanilang balahibo, closed sleepy eyes, and loss of appetite. Hindi sila kumakain, wala silang gana. And pag hindi nila ito naagapan, pwede silang mamatay. So, paano nga ba ito ma-prevent? Kailangan malinis ang kanilang quarters, yung kanilang feeders and waterers ay nalilinis regularly.
So, good morning guys. After na may discuss po sa atin yung about sa quail farming procedures, the introduction, the history, some of their breeds, and also their diseases, I will also be discussing you my part, which is the harvesting, the post-harvesting procedures, and also the marketing. So in harvesting the quail egg, and also the meat, female quails start laying eggs at 7 weeks of age and continue up to 20 weeks of age. So basically, eggs will be ready to harvest, or you will start harvesting eggs after 7 weeks of the age of the quail. And usually, egg laying happens during the evening time of the day. So, ginagawa natin, tuwing umaga tayo nag-harvest, which nakapangitlog na yung mga ating quail. But in harvesting egg, may mga late na nangingitlog. So, hina-harvest pa rin natin yun in the afternoon. And the process of harvesting is manual picking. And remember, in manual picking, to avoid handling multiple eggs at the same time. So, bakit natin ina-avoid yun? Sapagkat in handling the eggs, hindi porket maliliit ay sabay-sabay na natin hinahawakan yung quail egg. Sapagkat ito yung dahilan para mahulog yung iba, o kung hindi naman mahulog is magkabanggaan, magkaumpugan, nakakrack po yung mga itlog ng quail natin. Nakakrack po yung itlog ng quail. So, sa pag-harvest, ina-avoid po natin yung multiple handling of the eggs. So, here are some of the post-harvest activities. Separate eggs with cracks. So, sineseparate po natin o hinihiwalay po natin yung mga quail egg na may crack, deformities, and the likes, sapagkat ang crack eggs is not ideal to sell. Not ideal. Hindi yun ideal para ibenta. So, sineseparate natin po yun, and we only choose the good ones. Clean dirty eggs with warm damp towel. So, hindi natin naiiwasan na may mga dirty na part yung egg, yung shell ng egg, sapagkat na pag minsan nalalagyan ito ng mga dumi ng ibon, kaya kailangan nating linisan yun for a presentable na ibenta. Kaya kailangan nating linisan, punasan ng warm damp towels. So, packaging, pinapak po natin ito. Meron po itong quail egg box na talagang para sa itlog ng quail. So, makikita natin mamaya kung ano yung box na yun. So, labeling, line-label natin kung kailan na-harvest yung egg, yung quail egg. So, importante po yung labeling sapagkat dito po nakikita kung gaano na katagal yung egg na yun. Kung fresh pa ba o kung medyo matagal na. Sapagkat meron pong shelf life ang ating mga quail egg. Refrigerated quail eggs can last up to 6 weeks. Non-refrigerated quail eggs can last up to 4 weeks. Refrigerated quail eggs, nagtatagal ang kanilang shelf lives for 6 weeks, for as long as 6 weeks. And the non-refrigerated can only last for 4 weeks, which is matagal na rin yun. So, sa harvesting of broiler quails naman, quail can be butchered as early as 7 to 8 weeks of age. So, pwede na nating harvestin yung mga broiler quails. So, after 7 to 8 weeks of age, pwede natin harvestin ng mga broiler quails. Which is, there are two types of processing quail meat. The skin on and the skin off. The skin on is the first picture from the left, and the picture on the right is the skin off. Sa skin on, tinatanggal po natin yung mga feathers. Yung mga feathers lang po tinatanggal natin, including yung heads and also the feet. Sa skin off naman po ay tinatanggal po natin yung outer layer ng skin nila, kung saan yung mga feathers is nakatouch. So, tinatanggal po natin yun sa skin off na type of processing the quail meat. So, after na-dress na natin, na skin off natin or skin on, natanggal yung mga balahibo, nalinisan, we're ready to go for the packaging. So, packaging, nilalagyan po natin ng plastic wrap and labeling. So, sa inyo na po kung paano natin i-pack yung ating mga meat, quail meat, o binenta. So, labeling, line-label natin kung kailan hinarvest, para malaman ng mga buyer kung fresh pa o hindi na yung quail meat. So, ito po yung sinasabi kong box for quail egg. Yan po, per 100 po yan. So, may mga compartment ito para maiwasan yung pagkabungguan ng mga eggs, at maiwasan din po yung kakaroon ng crack sa mga shells. So, let's go on for marketing. So, in quail egg, the price varies from 1.50 to 2 pesos each. So, basically, pag may mga eggs tayo ng quail, the price is depends on the location. The price depends on the location and also on the demand for the egg, for the quail egg. Kung halimbawa sa inyong lugar is malakas ang benta ng itlog, nagiging nakadepende dun yung price ng egg. So, at depende rin kung wholesale or what, doon nakadepende yung price ng quail egg. Meron din per box, I think 120 per hundreds, something like that. Eggs can be sold fresh, boiled, salted, pickled, or balot. Balot. Hindi pa ako nakatinom na balot na quail egg. So, sa quail meat naman, ay hindi ko nakahanap ng price ng quail egg na medyo stable. Pero may nakita akong 350 per 7 pieces of, I think, 1 kilo. So, that's for the quail meat. In marketing, you can easily sell the eggs and meat in your local market. But it will be better if you determine the marketing strategies before starting this business. So, basic naman na yan. Now, if you start a small business, even small or large business, you should be able to determine the possible market, the possible customers of your business. Because all places around the world have not the same marketing facilities. So, kailangan matarget mo na kung saan mo ibebenta, possible na ibebenta yung ating mga harvest. So, that's for marketing your quail egg and your quail meat.
Okay, the return on investment. Raising a quail is easy and less demanding than chicken. For instance, a quail hen is ready to lay eggs after 41 days, with peak of laying on or about the 70th day, with laying percentage declining on the 10th month. Its egg hatches in 16 days. Also, raising quails is a profitable venture as the birds are easy to nurture. It does not require construction of large holding pens, minimum capital, and also can give immediate returns. Just like in other businesses, quail farming provides an excellent source of income. In equal measure, it's source of employment to many people around the world.
That's the references, and thank you for listening, and good day.